welcome to the Chicago Match Cup, the fourth stage of the Alpari World Match Racing Tour, where today the quarterfinals and semi-finals are near conclusion. Coming up, we'll hear from current tour leader Bjorn Hansen along with Sally Barkow ahead of their quarterfinal clash, and we'll sum up the rest of today's racing. We started the day with 8 skippers in contention going into the quarterfinals. Those 8 lined up as follows. Bjorn Hansen was among 4 skippers who advanced straight to the quarterfinals after finishing in the top 4 in the early stages of qualifying. Along with the Swede, reigning world champion Ian Williams, Pierre-Antoine Morvan and Taylor Canfield earned a valuable rest day and made it through to the next stage. Then yesterday, the remaining 8 skippers raced in the repechage round, and the 4 that booked their place in the quarters were Jordan Rees, Phil Robertson, Sally Barkow and Johnny Burnson. Well, in the quarterfinal pairings, Bjorn Hansen, who got first pick, chose to go up against Sally Barkow, and I caught up with them first thing before going out to race. Our quarterfinalists are getting ready to rig, and as you can see, the conditions have improved somewhat from yesterday, certainly for this morning, so there should be some good match racing ahead. Bjorn Hansen joins me first of all, and you chose Sally Barkow in the quarterfinal pick because you topped the leaderboard, meant you got first dibs. Why Sally?
Yeah, we beat all the other quarterfinalists before going into the quarterfinal, and we still wanted to beat Sally before this week was over, so that's the reason.
Now you come here on the back of some really good form. You won the Stena Match Cup Sweden, your home regatta, something that I'm sure, Sally, you would love to do here in Chicago. You must be thrilled with getting to this next stage.
Yeah, we're really happy with racing yesterday. You know, we weren't perfect, but we were just good enough, so we're looking forward to today.
And in terms of the rivalry here, you know, Bjorn's saying that you beat him in the round robin. Can you do it again?
I think so. We have a shot, but you know, it's going to be really tough. Bjorn has obviously proved to be really on form this whole year, so I mean, it's not going to be an easy thing.
We'll let the battle commence. We'll go out onto the water. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Their racing went to a 4th decisive flight, with Sally desperately needing a win to stay in the competition.
The umpires right behind the boats, keeping everything clean and tidy. Time's running down, 25 seconds, but Sally is a little early, it looks like. Probably see Sally tacking away. 15 seconds to go. Sally tacks onto port. I like what she's doing here. She's keeping a good rap of speed on. She goes down the line, making sure she's not over. Here we go for the gun. Stand by. There goes the gun. All clear. Good start from Sally on this right-hand side as she tacks immediately onto starboard. Early advantage.
Sally Barkow tacking around the top mark, but she's copped a red flag penalty, Andy. She tried to put her bow up head to wind on port tack and couldn't quite get there. Went beyond head to wind, and she was judged to be tacking boat. So she's going to take her penalty immediately right now. And so you can see the blue and white CME group spinnaker belonging to Bjorn Hansen playing through, and Barkow now dead in the water. Now she hoists, so it was neck and neck coming in. Sally Barkow with a small advantage, but Bjorn Hansen, his experience really shining through and playing that one very close to the chest and walking away with a fairly big lead now.
Here's Hansen. And Sally Barkow very close behind. We're coming in towards the finish.
This is going to be a nail biter. It's Sally Barkow slightly to leeward, and she is holding her leeward ground. The question will be, can Bjorn Hansen get down to the 2 boat length circle? Sally puts her bow up for a little bit of boat speed. Bjorn Hansen is clear ahead, but there will be one more jibe. Now, the question is, when does Sally go? And can she roll Bjorn Hansen on the last jibe? So, about a boat length in it now, only 30 yards to go. I think Hansen might have this, but it'll only take one spinnaker collapse for Sally Barkow to get in there.
It's going to be close.
So probably about 40 yards to go now. It's going to be very, very close. Sally Barkow right on Hansen's ear. Hansen is going to be able to soak down into the zone, I believe. Barkow jibes away. She's got a little puff. She's coming on strong. It's going to be close at the finish. I think Hansen's going to have it. Sally back onto starboard, but she has to give him room. Can she collapse his kite one last time? It's going to be very close, but it's too little too late. Up goes the blue flag.
Contact.
Bjorn Hansen.
There was
Nice
a contact.
job.
There was a collision between the 2 boats. What have the umpires got to say about that? If it's a blue flag, it's against Hansen. If it's yellow, it's against Barkow. Oh, it's yellow. Sally Barkow against her. Oh, such disappointment. She is out of this regatta. She's out of the event. Bjorn Hansen goes through to the semi-finals.
So Sally put up a brave fight, but she was out of the competition and Hansen was through to the semi-finals. Joining Mekonomen's sailing team were Jordan Rees and Ian Williams, plus the final spot would go to the winner of this next race between Taylor Canfield and Phil Robertson.
Yeah, it's very, very close, Andy. Taylor Canfield certainly closed up. Can he get his bow up and around Phil Robertson? He's done it. And it's Canfield around the top mark ahead. Phil Robertson tried to get to him on starboard, couldn't quite get there. Canfield ahead by less than a boat length. He hasn't hoisted. He still has that penalty outstanding. So he's trying to, he's got Robertson overlapped now. So now we play the down speed game of scrub the penalty. They are around the top mark, but no spinnakers yet. Robertson slowly rolling over the top, but that won't help him unless he can get on to starboard and come back at Canfield. So Canfield really reversing the tables here and creating havoc for the Kiwi team. Andy?
Oh, fascinating. Yeah, this could go any way, huh? Because Canfield is luffing. Robertson trying to keep clear. What's Canfield going to do right now? Oh, look at that. He's taken his penalty, and now he's got a hoist. Hoist, hoist, hoist. Canfield hoists just a little late from Robertson. Oh, and it's inside the jib. They didn't want that. But the penalty is gone, and the black Alpari spinnaker is now filling. The jib's down. The spinnaker's filling, and Canfield. Can he get the boat speed up?
Robertson in a controlling position. We're trying to pull up alongside, see if we can get a better view of it, but very, very close indeed. And I think Canfield might have scrubbed his second penalty. He has, so there must have been an offsetting penalty somewhere. So nice job by Canfield. It's an even horse race. Canfield is not laying the finish line, so he needs to get enough pressure on that side of the course to get down, jibe, and get across Phil Robertson. Right now, I don't think he's able to do that, so I would say Phil Robertson still in control. Robertson back onto starboard. Let's see how it goes this time. Canfield spinnaker very, very light. He's just trying to keep bow out. And it's a gain to Canfield. He is about 2 boat lengths clear, and he thinks he can get down to the 2 boat length circle. So that's a gain to Taylor Canfield. I think the writing's on the wall for the Kiwis. Back to you, Andy.
Well, look, listen to that. That is amazing. Taylor Canfield was behind. He copped 2 penalties. He threw it all away. The local Chicago sailor is 2-1 up right now. If he takes this race, he goes through to the semi-finals. This would be a big upset, a huge race. Here we go. The black Alpari spinnaker, Taylor Canfield, and his team from Chicago Match Race Center. They are squeezing it down towards the finishing line. One more final jibe in. We are looking for a blue flag if it's Canfield to win. Look on the race committee boat as they squeeze down to the finish. Blue! Taylor Canfield takes it and is through to the semi-finals. Disappointed Kiwis on board Phil Robertson's boat. Wow, what a race. That was a humdinger.
So going through to the semi-finals, Ian Williams, Jordan Rees, Bjorn Hansen and Taylor Canfield, who joins me now. Taylor, in the quarter-finals, you must have been thrilled with that performance against Phil Robertson.
Yeah, we were really excited. Obviously a big feat for us and the team, and you know, my guys really kept this in line and kept our heads on straight, and we were able to come back in that last race, 2 penalties down, so we're feeling pretty good about ourselves where we stand now.
Phil Robertson, Match Race Germany winner, doing very well on this tour, some tough opposition, so did you really think that you would beat him?
Yeah, we've raced against him several times, and I think we definitely had what it takes, and one of his fellow teammates or former teammates is on board with us, and that made it that much better.
Well, we'll go on to the next stage, and that was a bit of a tougher opponent because, of course, you were up against the reigning world champion in the semi-finals, and that was going to be a real tough task. Ian Williams, 2-0 up, and one more defeat would see you exit the competition. Let's take a look at the race.
Okay, Williams tacks onto starboard. Here we go, Williams tacking onto starboard. He looks like he's still just ahead of Taylor Canfield, but boy, it's close.
Cut, 2, 1, and press. My main, ready? 2, 1, go hoist. We've got to leave this jibe, yeah? Think we might lay down, Bill?
I think you will.
Okay. Thinking we might be close to a match now, Bill. What do you think? What's the pressure like to jibe?
Light over to the right looking up.
If he jibes, do you think we should carry on, do you?
I think right now you would.
Okay. He's going to get desperate soon.
Williams has just squeezed out a bit more of a lead against Taylor Canfield.
We need to actually stay slightly hot here.
Yeah, we're 5 high here.
Okay, good. Lure twing, please. Nice. Just lure twing. 2, 1, and press. Come on, Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah, Williams coming to the bottom mark.
Don't worry, just drop it.
One more round to go.
Green mark, yeah?
You have a penalty still.
Yeah, copy that. Thinking if we get a nice bit of pressure to do it on the board.
Just confirming that they're going to the green mark and they've still got a penalty against them.
me.
Williams leading it by a long way now.
Coming
At
up
least
more.
a couple of lengths ahead.
Just a bit of weight up, guys.
Here he goes. Williams doing his penalty. Jibing around. That's the right thing to do. He got to the ley line, did his penalty. Clearly the right time for him to do his penalty.
So there's your answer. Ian
Still
Williams.
well ahead.
We've got a good lead. Nice one, yeah.
The red and white CS spinnaker of
Drop it when you
Ian
like. Oh,
Williams.
do a drop, I like
He's
it.
on final approach now.
The Cassidy.
And
you.
there's the yellow
Nice.
flag.
Very, very nice. Well done, guys.
That was a third defeat there, Taylor, which unfortunately meant that you exited the competition. I mean, Ian Williams, a very tough competitor, wasn't he?
Yeah, we've again sailed Ian Williams a few times, and we actually went against him in the semifinals at Congressional Cup this year. And yeah, it's a reigning world champion. It's definitely a tough one to beat.
And you're the one that's managed to see him up close today. Do you think in the final he might have that edge and win his first regatta on this tour this year?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be tough in the finals, and whether that be Hansen or Rees, both of them are sailing very well. I think Ian will be a tough competitor, and he's sailed here a bunch before, so that'll definitely help him out.
You've had a great competition, so well done on this regatta. So we have our first finalist, Ian Williams, but who will be joining him? The other semi-final saw Jordan Rees racing Bjorn Hansen, which will be concluded tomorrow. The score currently is 2-1 to Jordan Rees. Join us again tomorrow for finals day of the Chicago Match Cup. And remember, you can keep across all the results via Twitter at WMRT_live race updates and via Facebook. Go to facebook.com/matchracing tour. See you tomorrow.